Rocktol has come out with something really exciting. You guys told me to look into it, and I have, and guess what? That's what this video is about. Now, because of that, I think Rocktol is changing, shattering the multi-tool world because they are offering value on an unprecedented level that we have never seen before. Now, I was already a huge fan of the Rocktol Gen R, as were some of you as well. This comes with this bit driver, the serrated blade, the saw blade, the file micro driver, large screwdriver. We've got a wire stripper, can opener, bottle cap lifter, nice pair of scissors, all that almost like a Leatherman Arc style pliers, the crimper, the nice bottle cap lifter, titanium coated handles, really cool tool, ruler markings on the inside, all that. And then the icing on the cake for this tool was that it did come with a VG10 knife blade, which made this a lot more premium feeling, and it gives you a little bit more confidence that it's a better knife steel, which was really fantastic. And then one of you, a couple of you, I think, said, hey, have you seen what Rocktol is doing? And I thought, where? I looked all over Amazon. Finally, I found their website. And I was very surprised. Very surprised what they have done. I don't know how they've managed to do it. I've got some suspicions, maybe some questions. But according to their website, they have now come out with S35VN steel knife blade for an extra $30. You can buy it off their website and add it to your tool. This is pretty fantastic. It is a titanium plated, black stonewashed, and it is 2.68 inches long. Now, this will not only fit the Gen R, it does also fit their other Leatherman Wave style titanium knife. It fits the SK02, ST02, ST02B, and the SK04. Now, it doesn't fit the Leatherman Surge style tools. At least I haven't tried it. It would be a little short. It's not as long, but the Leatherman Wave style clones, a lot of them, it actually does fit. Case in point, I tried the VG10 blade because they sell that for $10. That's what this is right here, or $12 on their website. Not only S35VN, but also the VG10 blade, only an extra $12. And I put that on my SQT multi-tool that I was thrilled to buy off of Amazon. Now, for a very cheap price, you can upgrade your Leatherman Wave, Leatherman Charge style clones with VG10 and also S35VN, which is a lot more expensive. When we're talking about more premium steels, it seems like these are some of the three multi-tools that we're confronted with. The GOAT multi-tool does offer for $24 S35VN. Now, I don't have that on mine. I have the cheaper one on mine, but you can get that for $24 for your GOAT tool. Now, we have the S35VN on the Rocktol, obviously, and then on your titanium Leatherman Charge, which is now about $200 or so, we've got the S30V, which I keep confusing with what Rocktol offers. They are a little bit different. Some people prefer the S30, but this is definitely a big upgrade over the 3CR, 4CR, 5CR, whatever that a lot of the multi-tools have that are offered from overseas. So still pretty neat to see this on the Rocktol. So what does this mean now that you can get some really upgraded steel? Potentially with this Gen R from Rocktol, you can have a better tool than the Leatherman Wave for about $70. That's interesting. Not a huge price point, not near as good as $40, but still you have an upgraded blade, far better, maybe to some people, than the Leatherman Wave. All right, so let's take each of the tool companies sort of in order. Victorinox, I don't think they'll be affected by this because they don't really care. They've got a couple multi-tools that they just produce and they just keep steaming along. They go sort of slow in their production, not in production, but in their design. They evolve slowly. And so I don't think they'll be affected that much by this. Now, Leatherman, I think Leatherman will be some affected. Some of the tools like the Rev, the Wingman, the Sidekick, those are increasingly becoming just not near as valuable when we see tools like this. Why would I buy a Wingman or a Sidekick when I can have a fantastic set of scissors right here, a really nice premium blade, if we're to believe what it says right here, a nice tool, just for the Leatherman name. It doesn't make as much sense unless you really like, the lighter weight of the Rev and Wingman and so forth. So I do think it could have some impact on Leatherman's lower budget line. Now let's think about SOG. I think SOG will be really affected by this. Perhaps SOG is already I think they're on life support, and stuff like this I think can just push them over the edge. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they hang on. They've got a new multi-tool coming out this year that I'm looking forward to reviewing. Gerber, I think Gerber will be okay. Gerber sort of steams along. I think their market to some extent is more the casual buyer who is clicking through Amazon or walking through Cabela's and just snatches a tool off the shelf because it looks cool. That seems to be where Gerber caters to a fair amount of the time. So I don't know that they'll be affected, but I'm sure to some extent they will be. And things like the truss definitely just don't make sense with tools like this anymore. They really, really don't. Some of the other multi-tool companies, maybe like Rocktol and Nextool, they're already making strides to increase their knife steel and their tools. They may not be affected as much, but then there's a bunch of other no-name brands or that are just mass-produced. I don't know that they're as palatable now since we have tools like this. There's a lot of designs that to me seem to look a lot more old-fashioned now on Amazon after seeing how great Rocktol is. One of the questions I had about this was with Crucible Industries in bankruptcy, I believe it is. They're the ones, I think, who make S35VN and also MagnaCut. How are companies like Rocktol getting this? I'm not quite sure about that. It's a question I have. Maybe some of you can help me know what that means for the tool world. I do know that a lot of companies overseas in China are making some pretty comparable blade steels. So maybe they are labeling this as S35VN and it is made in their own foundries. I'm not really sure, but it is an interesting question. Maybe you guys have some thoughts. Leave some comments below. Now, one of the other things as I was looking through Rocktol that I found fascinating is they do have a 5-year warranty for their products. It's not near as long as Goat Multi-Tool, which is like 100 years, or I think now Roxxon has gone to 25 years. It's not like that, but at least it is a lot more than some of the other companies that are almost non-existent. So 5 years, not too bad considering the bar is pretty low for some of these tool companies overseas.